girl. If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis luggage made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all the diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. Only in and out of love, yeah.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis luggage made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. Only in and out of love.
like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I'm just worried that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional try on hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, but this is officially sold out. This is normally where I introduce Dunks, but he could just be working a little bit of extra overtime, but he has the link, so if I see him pop up in the room, I will add him to the chat. But other than that, man, we're going to try to keep this joint right at an hour and some change. I told you guys I'm doing my very, very best to start early versus have y'all in the, like, that waiting music for like 20, 30 minutes. We trying to get it in, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, saw some interesting topics floating around. Let me see if we got anybody in the building. Look like we got Kwame in the building. Says, yo, what's good? What up, Kwame? What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. Any major releases that we had, I feel like it's been kind of quiet for the week. I seen some people actually going actually surprised over the Dot Swooshes 404 joints, which is like an error message, which is like a blue screen of death, which ironically you would think with me being in the IT world, it would make me want this sneaker. But I'm going to be honest with that shoe, the Dot Swoosh era, my biggest issue with it, right, is it don't have a Nike check. They could have did exactly this and put a Nike check on it. I would have been more interested. Also, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It is free to sign up. Appreciate that. We talk a little bit of everything over there as sneakers, music. Y'all know I'm kind of posting. Whenever I can't put a video out fast enough, most likely, if I don't have it in Discord, somebody else will. And of course, even if you join and ask some questions, I'm pretty sure me and whoever's in there, if possible, if they know the answer, they will help you out, you know, to the best of our ability. Keep in mind, we learn together. I don't know everything. You're not going to know everything. I learn something new all the time. Like the Dot Swoosh thing, for instance. I thought the only people that was going to get access to it is the people that paid that $20 spot when they dropped some last year. But apparently that was not it. It's just you got exclusive access or you didn't. So I know some people said they did, but still wasn't able to cop. I think I saw Kwame where you said you was able to get access, but you wasn't able to cop. And then those Air Jordan 3 Georgia Peaches, maybe the true like ATL people could probably want to cop these. I could see like, you know, if I had to name some artists, maybe like Lil Baby or Young Thug or somebody would cop these joints because they rep the ATL so hard. Not that this is just ATL specifically, but when I think of Georgia, that's all I can think of is the ATL. Let's see. Kwame says, I took an L on those Air Force Ones, kept getting error loading message on the app. How ironic, right? And I know you wasn't trying to do a play on words on purpose, Kwame, but how ironic. You're getting the error message. Looks like we got Manny with the kicks in the building. Says, what's Gucci chat? What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. Again, if Dunks joins the live or the link backstage, I'll add him on. He's not in, but he does have the link. He could just be working late. Who knows? But yeah, man, I think that's pretty much what all we got. Major upcoming releases we'll save towards the end of the live. But tonight's topic, man, ironically, I know I touched on it a little bit, but I guess we're going to get clarification more of what is actually going on. Omni and the Hellcat ordered to pay Nike $8 million, bro. So I definitely want to touch on that. And apparently I saw that, Manny, I think it was you. Don't quote me on it. I know somebody had posted in the Discord about JD Sports acquiring Hibbett Sports for $1 billion. That seems like to be like the magic number now. If you think about it, Champ sold for like 1 billion. Same with Hibbett. And ironically, I really wanted Dunks on this one because I know Hibbett has kind of been like his go-to, kind of like for me in my area, my go-to when I want to get a actual pickup. Like case in point, we got the military blue 4s coming. Like that's gonna be my go-to. Is hopefully I'm banking, you know, if everything works in my favor, I want to hit on Foot Locker and hit that mall vlog because that's like a double win for me. Like as a content creator, that's like 2 videos I don't really got to think about. Really, if I really wanted to do it right, I could stretch it out to 3, but I don't want to be that guy. You know, some people got to do their first thoughts, then they got to do the reviewing on feet, then you got to get a mall vlog, which I'm not knocking it because I mean, hey, the content, that's what gets your channel is the activity that you put on there. But, you know, I know at least I'm going to get 2 videos out of it. So, I mean, it's a win-win. I don't know if they're going to do exclusive access on sneakers for those guys or not, but we'll see. Definitely. Also, I'm very curious about Omni's situation. He lost by default judgment because I'm assuming, with him being locked up, his funds were probably limited. You know, he's not able to hustle as hard as he wants to, probably behind bars. Not saying he's broke, but at the same time, Omni owes for his situation in the first place. And he owes, now he's lose that with Nike by default judgment. That happened because no attorney, default judgment basically means, and I know I had touched on this like weeks ago. I put this out there weeks ago, but now we got a number figure, and that's why I'm doing kind of an update on the Army situation. Ironically, right? If I'm not mistaken, that live also covered Champ's pen. This is kind of like a rerun. Just wow, I'm like in deja vu right now. If you think about it, that one that I just did, the Champ's joint, it featured the Omni and the Hellcat joint and what he had to pay. But keep in mind, Champs was acquired. Was it Champion? Champion, not Champs. Champion was sold for $1 billion too. That seems like to be the magic number. And here we are talking the same thing, except updated with 2 different companies. But I know Hibbett's was more Southern based, I thought, but apparently they got him on the West Coast at Vegas, so Dunks definitely knows about it. But we're going to touch on those topics tonight. Keep it real short and simple here if possible. If there are any other upcoming releases, y'all let me know, and we'll touch it towards the end of the live. Pause. Let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see where we at. Kwame says, what up, Manny? Kwame says, what up, Manny? Read that one. Emery Black says, oh my God, JD Sport purchased Hibbett. The game just got tragic. I don't know. I mean, they gotta have something to combat against the other like companies like Foot Locker from what I was seeing too. So I'm gonna touch on that as well. So it could be a good thing. Cause I mean, if you think about it, this is not I don't know. That could be the dagger. Cause I just thought about something. JD Sports and Finish Line merge. And I think you probably see more JD Sports now than you do Finish Line. But they merged, and now they got Hibbett Sports. I don't know. I'm surprised that one didn't make. I'm surprised that one got approved where they're not overstepping. But that means those companies were, while they were bigger than a lot of these other stores, like, you know, like My Years don't have as many locations, but they got a more direct connection with Jordan Brand because of the collab. Like, we don't got a Hibbett's Jordan collab to the best of my knowledge. So their stores probably wasn't doing no better than probably what My Year's doing. My Year's probably doing, you know, better than that. But then we also touched that story about where he got charged with a certain thing, allegedly that he was doing other things to keep that company afloat. In fact, and not just to like pick on anybody or anything, but for that for the My Year's situation, it reminds me of this commercial that used to come on where the dude was, I think it was like an insurance commercial, and he walked into a candle shop. It was basically based off a Yankee candle from what it looked like, but it didn't have no real store. It just was like just a regular candle store. They did it like a no-name to avoid the lawsuit, but you can tell what they were trying to like pretty much hit at. But long story short, he walked in, he was like, they're just selling candles in here and they're making overhead? You know what I mean? That was the commercial, what it said. So I'm quoting that allegedly, but that's from what I remember. It was like, yo, they're just selling candles and they're making overhead. Basically like, bro, ain't no way y'all just selling candles and nothing else ain't being smothered through here. Same thing could be, obviously, if you think about My Year, them, it's like, yo, y'all got how many stores? Well, I think of 3. I know they got one in ATL, they got one in DC, there may be a New York one, and there may be one in Cali, but don't quote me. So at best, they got maybe 4 to 5 stores to the best of my knowledge, because they're not everywhere. Let's just put it this way. I feel like if we had to do a number count, I think that Hibbett's them would have them, or, you know, maybe not. But I would think so. So yeah, you mean to tell me y'all getting by with just as many stores? But sometimes all it takes is just one store too, legally, if you're selling the right product, not taking shots or saying what they are selling other than sneakers. I don't know, but I'm just saying, if you got the right product, yeah, you can keep the doors open. And there has been a history throughout the country, man, of like over the years, and I'm talking about probably before I even was thought of, right, that people would open a legit business to clean their money. And I'm not saying anybody here is doing that, but I'm saying that is a thing in general. I'm not talking about any particular brand at this point. This is just something that's been a thing throughout the country when you're doing that type of work, but I'm not saying these people are, what I'm saying? Just trying to clarify that. Let me hit the chat again. Let's see. Emery Black says, what up, peoples? What up? 100-852 says, sup, Jeremy? What personal grail are you getting next? I actually kind of low-key, it's an off-white. I'm going to give y'all a hint. It's an off-white, but I'm not going to tell y'all which one. It's an off-white. It's an off-white. In fact, never mind, I'm talking too much. But yeah, it's an off-white. But if I have to go past that, though, I don't have a major grail on the list. That I'll put it this way. I do, but probably that's a grail that I can't... Even if I got it, I'm not buying it. You know what I mean? It gets to that point where those grails where it's like it don't make sense I'm not paying double digits, like thousands plural for a shoe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody got a towel. I'm not going to the double digits for it. But it could not even be that. It could be in the single digits, but at the same time, I don't know how bad I really want it though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but personally what I'm copping next, yeah, it's an off-white to answer your question. Let's see. Manuel the Kick says, Kwame, salute 100. Emery Black says, Nike is a bully on the block. You have two options. Get down with the bully, or two, just stop and do something else. I mean, Nike, I've said that 100 times too, and I agree with you. Basically, with Nike, with them, their product is sold the most. They're all the other stores and companies and Adidas and all that, everybody still kind of runs by Nike's beat or the beat of their drum, so to speak. So I would say, yeah, they can kind of control the market. They're kind of like a monopoly, so to speak. The other companies are making billions. I'll say this. Other companies are making, billions, but Nike's in 100. Nike's still doubling them and probably almost tripling them by a long shot, with no stress, you know what I'm saying? But if Nike, I say all that to say, if Nike's feeling that, then because think about it, Nike's also just laid off certain employees too. So if the head honcho that pretty much everybody that sets the standard, if they're feeling it, one or two things got to happen. Either everybody else underneath is going to feel it, or there's going to be that one company that skyrockets and get up there with them. And the only company I've seen that came close with that is Adidas, but they still had a long way to go to get to Nike's level. So to be honest, yeah, and unless something like majorly traffic happens, and I'm not wishing nothing bad on nobody, Nike's gonna be, they got too many, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to beat. They're gonna be hard to beat. They're hard to catch. I'll put it like that. Emery Black says, remember, My Year has brother and sister stores with different names. For example, APB. So I remember Social Status. I didn't know about APB, but Social Status, that is correct. This is true. I only knew about My Year and Social Status, but yeah, they got other stores like that. So they probably could have easily been on the same size as far as like a Hibbett's, if not bigger. Pause. Because that did not sound right. But y'all know what I mean. Let me hit the chat real quick. Emery Black says, and all those stores are owned by the same person, James Whitner. This is true. SISA said, what up? What up all? Watching from the gym. Okay, appreciate that, man. Get it in, because y'all know that's the first thing I do for breakfast. I get it in for the gym, dog. And I definitely appreciate, if you can, within reason. It's not required to whatever. I don't judge nobody, but it's at that point, the gym stuff now to me, it's all, once I finish working out, my mental is better, and that's just what I'm trying to get at. It ain't all about trying to be the strong guy or the tough guy. I'm not saying whatever your personal goals is. It's actually it's just good to clear your mind sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but there are other options as well if you catch my drift. But let me share my screen on the first story. I think I want to start with, we already talked about Omni enough. I want to talk about this JD Sports situation real quick, and then we'll go from there and then switch to the Omni stuff. So let me share my screen. Give me like 2 seconds. Boom, here we go right here. Y'all should be seeing my screen. And yeah, this is going to be the first topic right here. Why JD Sports Hibbett's could present a fresh challenges for Foot Locker. So it's no secret for that. But I'm going to put this over here because this is JD Sports acquires Hibbett's for $1 billion to accelerate U.S. expansion. So let's read through this one, and then we'll see how they're going to give Foot Locker a run for their money. If we can roll with that one, if you guys are feeling that. Definitely, as you guys come in and out, all I ask, just hit that like button. And, of course, if you ain't subbed up, go ahead and sub up already. But definitely hit that like button. Really means a lot, man. But let's start off with this one first. So, read that one. Let's see. It says, JD Sports Fashion PLC has a leading global retailer in sports fashion has announced a definitive agreement to acquire all outstanding shares of Hibbett's Incorporated, which is INC is Incorporated is what that's short for, to the best of my knowledge, as an athletic-inspired fashion retailer for $87.50 per share in cash. The transaction value at approximately $1.08 billion. Okay, so they ain't even putting the whole Billy up the first, they doing it in shares. You know what I'm saying? Wow. But that's what it's going to all come to. That's crazy how, think about it. I'm thinking man, they really got to come up out the bag. But they do, but they got time to do it. They're doing it a smart way. Let's see. Man with the Kick says, SISA 100, salute. Let me continue to read through this. Represents a significant 21% premium over Hibbett's closing price on April 22nd, 2024, and a 29% premium to its 120-day volume weighted average price. This marks a pivotal step in JD Sports' strategy to expand its footprint in the United States, enhancing its position in the global sports fashion market. So, there's nothing wrong with that. Trying to get, expand your companies, make more money. But, I look at it like if you think about other companies that do it, but other companies that were on I guarantee you, I'll put it this way. Nike couldn't. I bet you if Nike tried to purchase Hibbett's, they wouldn't have let them. Because that Nike would have been a monopoly, in my opinion, allegedly. They would have probably been pushing the limit. I ain't going to say it is or it wasn't, but it would have been pushing the limit. And to be honest, even though companies do it in their own legal ways, monopolies are technically supposed to be illegal in the U.S. Now, what is a monopoly, right? Have you guys heard of the board game Monopoly? Now, the main point of Monopoly, is obviously buy up everything and make everybody have to pay you. You know what I'm saying? Same concept here. You know what I'm saying? If Nike would have got that at that point, it's like, okay, cool. Well, now pretty much everybody's already underneath me already. Now you still, I don't think they would even let Nike do it. Like, this just sound, even if they just bought one store, I don't even think they would let them do it because Nike's so far up and then you got to go through the proper procedures and all that. Like, that's Nike's the big boys. You know what I'm saying? They're the leading example. They don't need to, no disrespect to them, but I see I'm answering my own question here is what I'm getting at. But I always want to say that because, if you look at, we'll talk cell phone companies real quick. I remember AT&T had tried to buy Sprint. No, they had tried to buy T-Mobile first, and they wouldn't let them because they were like, Verizon and apparently AT&T are supposed to be the top two cell phone companies they can't do any additional major buys like that because everybody kind of feeds off one or the other of their towers. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're I'll say example where I work at, we have a Verizon repeater, and I'm talking a little bit of IT here. Y'all know I'm a nerd and that's what I do. And obviously y'all know I know this for a reason because that's my field. But yeah, it's a repeater in our building because there's no signal in that area, which sucks. But a repeater is set up. Pretty much it just repeats the signal out so it's spread out through the building. But long story short, it's by Verizon. But there's no, to the best of my knowledge, there's no AT&T tower. But they got contracts together where you can bounce off each other's signal where, honestly, they probably getting to the point where they just swap deals, where they don't even pay each other. It's kind of one of those, all right, cool. All right, y'all got a tower over here. We're going to bounce off this one. I'm pretty sure they've done trades like that. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, Yeah, Verizon didn't even attempt to try to buy any other, probably cell phone company. If it was, it had to be something very unnoticeable. So I don't know. But I remember when AT&T was trying to buy T-Mobile, T-Mobile didn't want to be in the game no more. And then, they wouldn't let them. And then so T-Mobile was like, all right, cool. So, but they were still feeling the burden, man, because if only if I had my dad on this live, because we was on T-Mobile, then I had got off T-Mobile, then my dad had a fit with T-Mobile because he misunderstood something. But in his defense, they didn't word it. Come on, man. They didn't word it to him correctly and confused him. You know what I'm saying? And they just, dude did whatever he did to get him out the store. But long story short, once my dad caught wind of it, he was not happy. But I say all that to say, like, pretty much when T-Mobile acquired Sprint, now I think they're going to be, I think they kind of have to be okay or don't go, it is what it is. But a lot of people that I know that was on T-Mobile or Sprint, because to keep it 100, Sprint, and I'm probably talking way too much about cell phone stuff because I'm going to get back on topic. But yeah, just keep it 100, that Sprint, a lot of people was complaining about the service, but they had the better bill, like for the best. You get all the same options that all the other companies get. It's cheaper, but here's the problem. You ain't getting service in majority of where everybody was getting service and you see them on their phone. You not finna get that with Sprint. But fast forward, they merged with T-Mobile, and now you don't see any more Sprints. Now it's just T-Mobile, which I think it stands for the mobile. I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna get right back on topic though, but just I guess you can say fun facts by Polo. Y'all know, man. I'm a low-key nerd too, man. Emery Black says Foot Locker is up out of here. Finish Line, JD Sports, and Hibbett Sports, and City Gear. Isn't City Gear merged with, wasn't that with Hibbett Sports? So I'm assuming if they got Hibbett's, they got City Gear too, right? JD's Finish Line, yeah, because that is finna give Foot Locker a run for their money. If all of them are pretty much merged into one, yeah. And I think the only reason they had no problem doing this is because not that those companies were struggling, but it probably showed them where they're probably going to be right at the level of like a Foot Locker now. Because, Foot Locker stuff, it ain't been up. It may be climbing back up, but remember they took a dip too. You know what I'm saying? And to be 100, since we on sneaker content, everything has took a dip in the sneaker community / world money-wise. If we going to keep it 100. Like, stuff is sitting now. And like I said, we know that because Nike said they felt the hit. We being more self-conscious now. Like, is it because of the economy? Probably has something to do with it. Because also, cost of living has went up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That same meal that I used to get at Chipotle, I knew for a fact it used to be $12. Now that joint almost trying to push $17. I don't go there as many times as I used to. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Emery Black says Foot Locker is going to be just like East Bay and Foot Action, no longer existing. So, fun fact, all those were all under one umbrella, by the way. So they cut those stores down, but they didn't. That Foot Locker was the overall chain of all those. East Bay, Foot Action. If you go to they had merged a long time ago. If you used to go to their sites, if you had a Foot Locker account, you can sign up with that same Foot Locker account and email all across the board on East Bay to Foot Action. And it was another one out there that I thought, Champs. I think they own Champs too. Remember? Yeah, I think they own Champs. So, and then, yeah, Champion and Champs is not the same thing, by the way. Champion was its own little clothing line thing. That was different. Champs was also another store up under there. All those that shut down and they minimized those, they cut the stores, but Foot Locker, even they cut some Foot Locker stores. But that's all under one umbrella, though. That's all under one company. Just like how we finna see Hibbett Sports and pretty much JD and Finish Line and City Gear. You probably, once the merge happened, because if you look at it too, whenever you see the JD thing, I don't even think I even try anymore to try to hit on the Finish Line and JD like early access. Because if you ain't got no points and all that, I don't know. Maybe I should keep trying and try to get in on something that I know that's not going to sell out and just see how it works just for learning purposes. But I say all that to say, whenever you click the link for Finish Line joint, you're going to see a JD page come up or vice versa. If you're on Finish Line, you may see a JD. It's kind of, they're merged together. So you're about to see all that happen with pretty much eBay is going to be probably the same login for those. It's just going to be all depending on your locations. Let's see. Where did I leave off at? Because you said they're going to have Foot Locker in a chokehold. They're going to definitely give them some competition. They're definitely going to give them some competition, Emery. They're definitely going to give them some competition. Let's see. He says Foot Locker and Champs are basically dump stores now. I mean, I have to be fair though. I think that all those stores that they closed, I think they're the ones that got open, like all the Foot Lockers that got open. The ones in my area, I seen one literally move, make it bigger. It's like almost to the point where they got enough room to put a DJ in there. If they could really get it popping on a Friday night, they could put a DJ in there to close out the store. You know what I'm saying? Before you hit your next spot. But the thing is, what people, I think what these stores are missing is, like, yes, people still do this, but we don't just pull up to the store to get fresh no more. We care what we're rocking on our feet. Not that we didn't back then, but back then you could go up and, you know what I'm saying, I need to go pick up, some clean sneakers real quick because we going out tonight, and you may find a Heat in there, a little hidden gem in there sometimes, but even if you didn't, you was like, I got to come out with something. I got to wear this color. You would go there. Nobody don't do that no more because now we're paying so much attention to the drops. Not that we didn't back then, but now it's like I think what did it was when we shut down in 2020 and then everybody went digital, they got accustomed to it. But you know what I'm saying? Because before 2020, we was still moving like that. I remember before everything happened in 2020, and y'all can check this, I was doing, even if no shoe drop that I wanted, I was doing one mall vlog a week minimum. I wasn't dropping as much content as I was back then. Ironically, I've had to explain this to several people. They're like, man, you be busy this and the third. I'm like, well, I am like doing more. This stuff don't drop itself, and I'll just leave it at that. Manny with the Kick says, JD and Snipes, that's a plus. Nobody favorite resale stores. Yeah. Snipes, I be forgetting about it, but Snipes ain't with JD, right? Or is it? Snipes is his own thing, or is that still merged together too? And this has been happening. It's another store that used to be open that shut down too, that merged with somebody else. Who was it? Was it like, do y'all remember Jimmy Jazz? We had Jimmy Jazz. I know there's a Snipes. It's some other store too that I can't think of that joint. I remember, what is it? Was it Shoe City? And then it changed into like YC, like your city, my city, like the YM, but it's basically Shoe City. Remember that joint? They start filling it first, You know what I'm saying? And there's probably some other stores that I can't think of right off the top of my head, but I believe they either merged or just had, it is what it is. Let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see. The Slayer says, what is Gucci sneaker fam? What up, Slayer? Man, as y'all come in and out of this joint, y'all definitely smash that like button. Really goes a long way, man. Definitely glad we're moving at a nice pace, and I'm somewhat getting better to starting on time. Y'all know what I'm saying? So be on this joint for like a good hour and some change. I feel like that's going to be good. We ain't going to be in here all night like we normally do. But it's all good, though, either way, because I'm kicking it with the fan tonight, man. Let's see. Manny with the Kick says, what up, Slayer? Slayer says that Manny 100. Emery says, also, another thing to Foot Locker and Champs have a bad reputation on backdooring sneakers, and that's the reason a lot of people go to other means of getting sneakers and not those in particular stores. Valid point. And also, I remember not only that, and let's just say allegedly for safety purposes here, because ain't nobody need to catch a random whatever. Allegedly, we don't know, but we have seen stuff floating around. I'm going to say it nicely. We cannot confirm whether it's those stores or not. So, but it looks very familiar. And also, I remember that was that rumor where that, and I don't know if this is true, but StockX was like, some of the people that worked at Foot Locker, not just the regular employees, but the main company itself was already giving those guys a few of their pairs and receiving a benefit of the resale market. I don't know if it's still doing that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of one of those that it was a rumor like they sell on there too, or they give them the GOAT or was it GOAT? I think it was GOAT. That GOAT, like how you had that, like, where you can go ahead and order it now type of situation. What is it called on GOAT? Where you can do, like, if not every size is like that, but certain sizes you can, like, pretty much, it's already available and it's already pre-approved, like, authentic, you know what I'm saying, for a little extra $15 fee, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so there was that rumor floating around. I'll let you have that one, Emery. That's a fact. Valid point. But again, and remember when Nike got a hold of it, they slowed those guys down a little bit to let them know. We've seen that. Let's see. Manuel Kick says Snipes brought out Jimmy Jazz. Okay, got you. Appreciate that. I knew it was something like that. Let's see. The Slayer says, rest in peace, Payless. Hey, you ain't lying, though. Man, I ain't heard or seen a Payless in like, sheesh. Are they still open? Is Payless? No, and I'm not making fun of people, but I remember Payless. We had a Payless in my mall. Like, me and Dunks, we grew up in the middle of nowhere, dog. Like, I'm going to be honest. But if our mall got it, it's very interesting. But we had a Payless, and that was a thing in school. You don't want the Payless joints, man. But they used to have some little old school, like, Reebok joints in there. They had, like, the real base, like, if you wanted the basic of the basic, but you still wanted, like, a name brand, so to speak, because you had to wear the name brand stuff at school, but you're, like, man, like, I don't even think my family, it ain't the fact they couldn't afford it. My dad used to be like, yo, I'm not paying that for no shoes, man. You go over here and get, I got them anyway, but it was always like it was never just like all right, cool, don't ask for nothing else. But you could tell he was not happy about it. But yeah, that was pretty funny, Slayer. Rest in peace, Payless. Man who the Kick says, run it up. Most definitely, man. Smash that like button, definitely, man. So I'll come in and out of this joint. The Slayer says, my light up shoes went hard in first grade. That's the LA Gear joints. I had those. I had them joints. The LA Gear joints. Those joints go super hard, bro. Like super duper hard. Man, hold up. Where I put my drink at? I must be tripping. Oh, man, I've been on the live. Hey, man, y'all know, chill. Y'all know what I'm on, man. I thought I had my drink right here in front of me the whole entire time, but I ain't even took a sip yet. Pause. But I was like, yo, where my drink? Because I was looking for it. If y'all saw me looking around, I was geeking for a minute, man. But yeah, those LA Gear joints, they went hard. Emery says, Lo, I used to work for Foot Locker part-time, and yeah, I definitely know about the back door. I never did it, but the damn store manager did. Yeah, I told you, it was always the people at the top. You know, somebody at the top was apparently doing it. And not that I support it, but it can be easier said than done. Like, if you're a reseller and you know you got established clientele, right? If you know, and I know there's one guy that do it out of Chicago. I noticed how he had to get it done, but I'm not gonna say who. If you just watch, they start doing sneaker YouTube as well. But usually, when the peak of sneaker YouTube and everybody was getting these early reviews, they were like, "Yo, hit up my homie XYZ, got it from the plug." But he was charging them extra, but it was like reasonable. But he pretty much showed you the process of like, yeah, I get it from. Like, he don't tell you the store, and he always pays cash. But I'm assuming so, like. Say like when he could sell a shoe early for, let's say the shoe would, think about Nike also has raised the prices. Let's keep that in mind, but this is before they raised the prices. Think about when a Jordan 1 was like $160 and he tell the store manager like, hey, let me get X amount of pairs and I will pay you $200 per shoe because he's about to turn around and sell it early for the early reviewers at $300 to $340 a pop. So, I mean, he definitely eating if you do it correctly. Again, I'm not supporting it, but I can see where the money idea, you know, where people could see like that. That quick math I just did in my head, you can see why that's like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can see that. Emery says, fine line, laugh my ass off. I'm not confirming nor denying. If you know, you know. Again, I'm not confirming nor denying, nor do I knocking nobody's hustle because it was another person, too, that did it. They just didn't make it on the level of... I even made a video about it, and I blurred out homie and everything, because, you know, but I don't want them to seem like I was, like, hating, though. But they were, to be honest, they give out general information, you know? And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just talking about the people who are in that business. Y'all pick your own poison. I just read what's in the chat, but I'm not going to say anything. But Emery, you're definitely telling me that you've been watching sneaker content for a long time. That's what I got from that. Banner with the Kick says, Elephant Memory, my guy. We did a live on it. True. So, okay. I don't even remember. See, that's how long I've been doing a live so much, so I don't even remember even talking about it. So, wow. Okay. Interesting. Like, I guess I do remember because we covered so many topics, but I mean, yeah. I don't want it to seem like I'm back. You know what I'm saying? At this point, man, I'm just in it to enjoy. I like watching Sneaker Cunt just as much as I enjoy watching the joint, man. And I don't want to have no problem. I ain't trying to knock nobody hustle. But I'll say 2020 to 2021, we was feeling some type of way because of the way that everybody was going online. And when I think if we're going to keep it 100, that's what really kind of sting. Like, we had already knew about the backdooring, and we already knew about who to go to get it from, and you ain't want to pay that. We was tired of that. But when but we just accepted it because it was a part of the game. You know, some of us anyway, even though we didn't like it. But the icing on the cake is when we shut down and everybody learned how to bot, and it took Nike and them and all the other companies to finally get bot protection, which still is not as perfect as we would like it to be, right? And I'm going to just leave it at that. But let me read through the rest of this article real quick, and then we will transition on to the next topic of Omni and the Hellcat. Manny, I know that's your boy. I know you know him or know of him personally at least. Yeah, we'll touch on that. Because I have my thoughts on Omni, and it's not necessarily bad. Y'all know I know everybody, when we get on it, I know you're going to be like, man, you might as well just be an attorney. My coworkers say that all the time now, like whenever he speaks about a situation, and I tell him this, that, and the third. But this is my thing. Everybody's a great spectator, but when you get in front of that, trust me, I know personally, when you get in front of that judge, you need to be truly prepared. And just because I spit it like this perfectly, and I may be all the way right, the judge, sometimes, man, he or she is human too. Sometimes they don't care, and still, I had did that in one of my cases. Like, my attorney, it got to the point where I'm like, bro, you need to be saying, you know, you need to be saying this, and then I just waved my hand, like, can I say something? I said what I had to say, right? A little off mode, but I'm gonna get on this joint. I said what I had to say on it, you know, boom, 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 boom. This is what it should be. You know, I admit my faults, but this and this. And then they were like, you're absolutely right. Because in court, you're about to be called, but you don't go by your first name in court. Everybody's Mr. this and Mr. that or Mrs. that. That is also annoying to me because I'm used to being on a first name basis. But it's like, and then they're like, you said we need to say Mr. Jones? I said, yes. And then, like, I applaud your efforts. And what killed me is everybody in the room was like, yeah. Like, they were nodding their head. And boom, he still did what he was going to do anyway. Like, literally, it seemed like he was like, you know what? He played me. It's like he said, I have changed your heart. But nope, boom. Still got to get you with X, Y, Z and this and this and this. And I'm like, whatever, man. But I didn't say that part. I just kind of like, I held it up, held my chin up, and then walked the hell on up out of there. But yeah, like, because the reason I say that also, when you see these clips of people getting mad at the judge and throwing stuff at it, like, bro, at the end of the day, I can understand if you just one of those, you're being wrongly convicted. I get it. But even still, you can't flip out because that can make it worse and add on to it. You know? Like, you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it where one guy, he jumped over the panel and cleared that joint like a leaper. I'm pretty sure I put that in the Sold Out Discord. He leaped over the joint and he made it to the judge, and now she had already sentenced him, and it wasn't, to be honest, it didn't seem that bad. He just was mad that he finally had to go, because normally it's like he gets a slap on the wrist. But I mean, that's another thing. You don't want to keep going in front of the judge. Like I've told you, I've had a judge told me directly, he's like, look, boom, he's like, he hit me with a break. You know what I'm saying? I still had to do a little bit of work and pay, but he was like, honestly, you know, I don't want to see you in here again no time soon. You know what I'm saying? Or else I got to do what I got to do. And yeah, I stayed clear of Mary since, bro. Like, hell no. That's all I needed to know. Like, people like, Paulo, where you at? Where you going? In the house, man. You know what I'm saying? Move correctly. But yeah, I say all that to say, yeah, you don't want to get caught in those situations, man. But let me read through the rest of this article real quick. And that's just how I feel with the Omni situation. But at the same time, I got a different thought on that too, for sure. I'm going to get on it in a little bit. Pause. Let's see. Manu the Kick says, free Omni Bing Bong. So, says, The merger combines two customer-centric leaders in the athletic retail industry, offering an expanded platform for brand partners to distribute the latest in athletic and fashion products. This strategic alignment is set to create a substantial value for stakeholders and significantly bolster JD Sports and presence and offerings in the U.S. market. I mean, I thought they was already doing good, but they kind of are not everywhere too. But this is going to give them a chance to expand, so I can definitely agree with that. Mike Longo, the president and CEO of Hibbett, will continue his leadership role, expressing enthusiasm for the new chapter ahead with JD Sports. So basically, it's like, yeah, we merging with you guys, but we're gonna merge our stuff and become one, but we gonna leave. They gonna change some things, but I mean, look at it this way: a merger, looks like nobody got fired. I'm not gonna say nobody didn't get fired, but it looks like everybody, you're doing the same thing. We're just a team now. You know, we're one team. We all eating from the same pot. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. The transaction reinforces the strength of our brands and the dedication of our teams, said Longo. Jared Braskin will also step into the role of Chief Operating Officer of Hibbett, ensuring continuing continuity and management and strategic direction. Hibbett will maintain its headquarters in Birmingham, Alabama. I am super familiar with that area. Not too far from where I'm from, by the way. Just fun fact. Preserving its, and that's why me and Dunks know so much about Hibbett too, by the way. Preserving its established corporate culture and ongoing community commitments. The transaction, expected to close in the second half of 2024, is subject to customary closing conditions, including approval from Hibbett stockholders and regulatory approvals. Should everything go planned, Hibbett will join the JD Sports family for athletic footwear and fashion retail brands and will cease to be a public traded company. So they trying to take it to the next level. This is a transition step for JD Sports, and as we continue to execute our strategy of global expansion and enhancing our multi-brand platform, said Regis Lutz. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. If not, maybe it's Schwartz. Maybe, but don't quote me. CEO of JD Sports. This will allow JD Sports to further meet the dynamic demands of global customers by integrating Hibbett's well-established U.S. presence and complementary business operations. So Hibbett's is okay, so this is how many stores Hibbett's is. I'm glad they brought this up. Says Hibbett and its 3,313 stores nationwide will join JD's impressive portfolio of companies that include okay, so we got it all together now. I didn't even know this when we were in the right ballpark, but apparently JD also has Foot Patrol, which I ain't never been there. I've heard of it. Finish Line, we know that merge. Shoe Palace. Okay, so now Shoe Palace has them. So that means that they had what's the Jimmy Jazz joint? So they got that now. We got DTLR, which I didn't know they had merged with JD Sports. I thought they were merged with somebody else. That is also pretty much under the under this JD Sports stock. Wow, this is crazy. Livestock, Sprinter, Sport Zone, Perry Sports, and Sizer. Hopefully I'm reading that correct. Wow, man, these boys eating. They eating. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it says why JD Sports Hibbett's could present a fresh challenges for Foot Locker. Overall, analysts believe that Hibbett's and JD Sports make a good match. I mean, sounds like they're doing everything right to me. If you're going to keep it 100, it says JD announcement on Tuesday that it plans to acquire Hibbett's and a deal valued at $1.1 billion could spark the latest power shift in the American athletic retail landscape. According to Williams trading analyst Sam Poser, the deal is a good fit as Hibbett's core. And these are people just talk. They don't know this hasn't happened, but I think if I had to guess, these people are saying it looks great on paper. You know what I'm saying? You ever had that situation? It looks great on paper, but then when you bring it to life, it's not always that great. Similar scenario. But I don't know if this will be that. We don't know. I just think it's too soon to tell. It says as Hibbett's core urban fashion athletic customer is very similar to the core customers at JD, DTLR, and Shoe Palace banners. So yeah, that's all under one umbrella. JD should also benefit from Hibbett's e-commerce and omni-channel platforms. Poser told Foot News, Hibbett has one of the best, if not the best, omni-channel operation e-commerce platform and mobile app with our coverage in the industry, according to many in the vendor community. Well, they're going to either take on their stuff or it's going to be the other way around. I would say Hibbett's them may have the better online platform status. Emery Black says, "Yep, Foot Locker's done." This is definitely gonna be that's how the Monopoly game works, though, you know. But I hate to say it. Do you really want to see Foot Locker go, man? Because I mean, I feel like competition is good. It keeps everybody on their toes. Because again, if you ain't got no competition, people start to slack. You know, you're not saying they're not working hard, but they get comfortable when they just plateau. I mean, we still want to see some progression. At least I do. I want to see some more progression in the sneaker world. And I ain't just talking technology. Like, this is the thing. Nike them keep hitting us with technology and stuff. It's like, bro, you need to hit us with something that we want to see different. Kwame says, the more stores we got, the more chances I got for a W. This is true. Exactly. So, like I said, say what you want to say. It is nice to have, like me, I'm trying to bank on that Foot Locker joint. It looks like Foot Locker versus Dick's Sporting Goods, JD Sports are battling. So, yeah, it looks like, honestly, all these companies are at a, like, competition here, you know, as they should be, trying to be the big dog. I'm not going to touch on that article because I'm only going to be on this joint for like another 10 minutes or so. Pretty much may just start going right into the Omni joint. Emery says, I'm saying it here first. Dick's Sporting Goods is going to be a subsidiary of Nike in a few. I can see that. I could see that if anyone they were going to do it, that would only one that would make sense, where they get more direct Nike product to sell sports for the people who, you know, you think about it, you got to have a place to go buy stuff for your kids that's going to go play in sports, because, you know, there could be that next Michael Jordan out there. They got to have it, make it available. And sometimes, you say like your kid got school on Monday, he just signed up for the team and coach want to start practicing tomorrow. You need a place where you can go and grab it physically versus ordering it online and praying to get their next day shipping in time like that. But yeah, you got a point, Emery. I'll give you that. So we'll see how this goes. Let me read through the rest of this. Just like it says, but in this new combined athletic retail force, it could spell out bad news for competitors like Foot Locker. JD will have increased leverage with its vendors after the merge and continue to take share from Foot Locker. Poser says Powell added that with the new acquired from JD Sports is now a formidable competitor to Foot Locker. Okay, so I guess Foot Locker was like, I guess in the chain stores like this, Foot Locker was king, but now, you know, obviously they want to give them competition. Dick's Paws, they sold. I've gotten some Jordans and stuff from Dick's Paws, but you know that ain't our first thoughts when you go there. So yeah, like I said, but competition is good. We'll see how that goes. So yes, we'll grow, adding Hibbett's 1,000. I heard they had 3,000. So I mean, like, it's a mixture of how many stores they got in 36 states. But either way, what we need to take from this, they're gonna expand. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see how it goes. But I think Foot Locker they're gonna see the competition for sure. But I feel like I would think they're gonna be all right. You know, but again, I don't know. They may feel it. They've been going down in sales too. And to be honest, y'all know when I hit the mall vlogs, I go into JD Sports and they stuff be sitting just like Foot Locker too. So we gonna see. Let's touch on this Omni situation real quick, and then we'll wrap things up here for tonight. Y'all be thinking of some upcoming releases y'all want me to talk about. So Omni, I did touch on this where he did lose by default, which again, like I told y'all, that's basically, I'm assuming, attorney didn't show up, and Omni, he can't show up because he's locked up. If he was gonna show up, he would have to go through the attorney. You know, he would have to. It ain't gonna be free. And as much Omni, I'm telling you right now, I feel for homie, he going through it. Legal stuff, I'll say this. When people be like, man, I take you to court, I'll sue you, all this, that, and the third. Those people most likely probably haven't been to court or had an attorney before. Because I can tell real quickly by the way people throw it out there so loosely, like they ain't really tripping or worried about it. And I say that because they'll be like, I'll sue you. And I'm like, they don't know how much these people charge. And an attorney, after you pay them that amount of money, you may not hear from them again until like, if you're lucky, maybe a good week before your actual court date, bro. And they should be trying to get you set if you're lucky. But it also depends on how many clientele they got. These guys, like, think about this, like, you're not their only client. If you pay them thousands of dollars and they got 10 other clients, that's thousands. Them boys make monies. The quote unquote decent attorneys make money. I don't want to know what the good ones are getting out of there. Like, case in point, like I told y'all before, who am I thinking of? Ryan Lucci is coming home in 3 months and pled guilty. His attorney, well, that was a good deal, but from what Boosie said, allegedly, that was like $300,000. Think about it. He paid $300,000 and still had to do a little bit of time. Nowhere near what he was facing, but he still had to do time. So, I mean, you pay that just for that, you know? But I say all to say, so yeah, I know Omni's feeling it financially. And this is numbers that I ain't even want to think about, dog. If we're going to keep it 100, this is really a crazy number. So, says Omni ordered to pay Nike $8 million in trademark infringement case ruling. So I'm assuming like whatever they thought Omni them was making, they doubled it. But see, this is the thing. I'm not saying Omni should catch a break, but this wasn't Omni's main bag. He was getting the bag from this, but it wasn't his main bag, you know. I will say this. He's the one thing I like about people like Omni and them, like these crimes, I feel like, while yes, he was wrong, but he wasn't technically hurting anybody. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't hurting anybody. He wasn't backdooring product, but, you know, at the same time, you can't copy somebody's product verbatim and then, you know what I'm saying, just throw your logo on top of it and call it a day. But I can see why it's worth a shot because I've also, when I was in school, for my bachelor's, one thing we covered was infringement. And one of the ones where we saw where, if you look at like the Louis Vuitton L print, you'll slowly start to see that like across the board, like everybody got that similar pattern, but their logo. Nike, no, what am I thinking of? Gucci's got theirs like that too. It's different, but other people that did one very similar to Louis Vuitton, I forgot. I think it was Doomie and Burke or something like that. Brand, because it was deep. They did DB logos, used the same exact colors, and then LV sued them. Louis Vuitton sued them, and to the best of my knowledge, they lost. Because they're like, you can't tell, because of what their logo was a letter. It was DB. They was like, yo, they can pick any color they want. They got on a technicality. This one is kind of a little different though. Like you just switched it up. You basically chopped the check off and put the other joint on it to make it a lightning bolt, and then melted like some butter for those Ben and Jerry joints. So again, this one they know that one going. And then who's to say that maybe Nike's patent is covered to the T where they can't lose? You got to keep that in mind. And to be honest, in the naked eye, first glance, let's keep it real. You know where the inspiration came from, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. And you know, I ain't trying to bash Omni or nothing like that at all, but let's say we know where the inspiration come from, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Let me read through this real quick, and then we're going to be on this joint for like another 10 minutes, and I'm going to wrap things up for the night. Appreciate y'all for coming through for sure. Definitely hit the like button, man. Let's see. Nike versus Omni trademark infringement case has concluded after nearly a year and a half as the New York court granted a default judgment in favor of the brand, ordering Omni, Bill Omar Castello, hopefully I said that correctly, if not, my bad, to pay $8 million to Nike. In November 2022, Nike filed a trademark infringement lawsuit against Kool Kai, Omni, and others as the global footwear brand was ominous about protecting its intellectual properties, specifically its Jordan 1 and Nike Dunks silhouettes. So that also lets you know those are popular models. Says Nike must protect its design and intellectual property from bad actors who undetermined the very DNA of authentic sneaker culture by promoting, copying, and selling Nike's designs as their own. Nike's original statement via court documents in August of 2023. Kool Kai's partner David Weeks and Nike reached a settlement in which Weeks admitted that Nike is exclusively owner of all registered trademarks named in the lawsuit, and that he will no longer be able to produce / distribute the Air Kai sneakers. However, Kool Kai, that's his nickname or whatever, and the By Kai LLC has not settled with the brand. So Nike's pretty much put a settlement on the table, and I'm pretty sure his attorneys is probably like, you probably need to take it, and he's probably trying to play hardball. But, homie, this is my thing. Even if he wins, he gonna be Nike. Then he's gonna have to drop a lot of money. And no disrespect to Kool Kai, and I haven't been keeping up with it like that, but I don't think he's dropped nothing in a while, man. Homie, again, do what you feel is best in your heart is the best way I can say for him, man. But I mean, I'm going to just say that I don't see it being an easy battle with Nike, but if you feel like you up to the challenge, go for it. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to be nice about it. It says April 19, 2024, the New York court ruled that pretty much Omni and Reloaded Merch LLC violated Nike's trademark and would pay $8 million in damages. As a result, Omni will no longer be able to sell any sneakers that could infringe of Nike's registered marks. Stay tuned. So yeah, that was pretty much a quick story. We're right on time with this joint, but I'm gonna see if I'm gonna pull up that Reloaded website, Omni's website. I'm gonna see if they still got it on there. I'm not gonna try to purchase or anything, but I'm just very curious if they even still got it up. Pause. Let me see if I can let me see. I'll put myself on the main screen. Y'all definitely smash the like button. And yeah, I'm about to wrap things up here. Talk a little bit of upcoming releases, but I'm going to see if I can find it. I think this is it right here. Reloaded merch store. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about them taking it down. Because I'm going to show y'all what comes up when you go to the website. And I'm not mistaken, y'all double check me. Boom, right here. So this is the Reloaded website, store/merch. Sorry, it's under maintenance. Please visit later. It's shut down. Just gonna leave it at that. So, yeah. There you have it. So don't worry about them if they're selling it, they gotta be selling it local. That man gotta be feeling it, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if Omni come out looking like Gucci Mane, bro. Remember how when Gucci went in, not picking at him or anything like that, but how he came out on a whole new other, like a changed person and just hustled even harder, I think what he was trying to do, if you think about it, and I hate to compare the two, but it seems like Omni, because remember he tried to get his wife to get everything transferred over this and third, kind of like how Gucci did, where like he wasn't married to, I think her name Keisha, at first, but his last, I think he said it was like so many millions he had left. He gave it to her and let her run and operate the stuff behind the scenes. I mean, I'm pretty sure he coached her and gave her some stuff. When he came home, he came back to double the bag. So whatever it was, she doubled it while he was locked up for 3 years, which don't sound like a lot, but I mean, she didn't, any other person would have probably most likely blew it, but she held it down. Man with the Kick says, so I got some one-on-one LFG. Okay. So you got some one-on-one LFG. Okay, what's the LFG joint? Let me know, because I'm about to wrap this joint up. But I think that's it, man. Omni, I don't think he's gonna be able to do much from behind bars, man. And yeah, $8 million to what he's already got to pay now. And I'm gonna just say this. Kool Kai, also go ahead and pay attention, dog, because he hasn't settled his yet. But if Omni lost by default and he's getting hit with $8 million, I ain't saying Kai got $8 million, but if he do, I'm saying that's great money, but I mean, do you really want to have to give it all to Nike? And then may not have to pay it all at once, but you have to pay it over time, and there are probably going to be some nice payments. And to be honest, if you don't pay something up front, what usually happens, right? The longer you take to pay something, it gains interest. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing you want to think about that. Manny says, So I'm talking about my Air Omni pairs. Let's effing go. Okay, got you. Okay, yeah, you do have the Omni joints. I totally forgot. You definitely. Them joints clean though. I mean, but you know why it's clean though. I ain't trying to say why they hide and why they ain't, but yeah. Yeah. I think they pretty cool. I like the cool Kais a little better. But then again, to be honest, it's the exact same shit. Like Omni literally did the exact same thing except wrote his stuff on there, right? And I think it said reloaded. So, or he would say Air Omni. I wouldn't even, man, to be honest, we're going to keep it 100. Those guys were brave. Let's just give them credit for even attempting that. You know what I'm saying? Put myself back on the main screen real quick. Upcoming releases, man. Anything in particular this week, I think, to be honest, is nothing I want to say that I'm looking forward to. I do got an unboxing coming tomorrow for sure. That's what's coming up. And then, of course, y'all know I'm going to hit y'all with a short. Like, but I don't, you know, we'll get that all together. But other than that, yeah, I'm just trying to see real quick. I'm going to see what's already dropped. But at the same time, I don't see nothing really super, you know, in the way. We got the Georgia Peaches, those dot swishers. Honestly, I'm going to keep it on 100. I'm just waiting on those military blue 4s. I know a lot of people got mixed opinions and reviews about them, but that's just me and where I'm at with it. That's what I would like. So yeah, been on this joint right at the hour mark because I know I started like at pretty much 8 minutes after that one. I want to start starting at 5 minutes, but man, it'd be like a war zone around here when I be hitting that joint. But I be having everything set up, but I just have to be making sure, checking stuff, making sure it runs smoothly. But I feel like this one ran smoothly. Kids bandana like all over the place in this joint, slipping up. I'm gonna have to re-roll this joint. I'm tripping. But yeah, other than that, man, yeah, let's wrap things up for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love. Definitely means a lot to the kid. Let's see what we got. Manual Kick says exclusive access on the 4s tomorrow and veneer on Friday. If I get it, I'm going to go ahead and cop them and get them out the way. But if not, I'm going to go aiming for the Foot Locker joint. Because, I mean, they're coming on the 4th, right? So within 2 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, let's wrap things up for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love. Really means a lot to the kid. Definitely smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new and if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional try on hauls. Y'all know we got music Monday, but I will be back again live with another sold out on Saturday. Sign up for that sold out Discord. Definitely means a lot to the kid. It's free to sign up. Pretty much we'll be responding there faster than I can probably do to some of my videos, but y'all know I'm gonna get it all done because y'all know the kid, that's how he do. But other than that, yeah, let's just wrap things up for tonight. Definitely smash that like button, sub to the channel, and of course y'all know I'll be back on Saturday with another live, and of course more content on the way. Hopefully Dunks is back in the building with us on Saturday. Salutes to Dunks as always, and yeah, man, I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Boy, you're all peace, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want. girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis love just made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. I've been in and out of love. Yeah.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come